Hey guys, it's Randy again. This is going to be an interesting video, I hope, for you. I had this rock out in the area where I camp and where I hike, and I've been, like I said on my other videos, I'm a sort of a newbie at this, just learning, and I've watched like Corporal's Corner, and I think it's Coal Crack Bushcraft. Too many to name right now, but I'm gonna give everybody a shout out. I'll write them down. Everybody's helping me out. But anyway, I came across this really cool rock formation, and I'm going to take a video of that, do kind of a 360, and hopefully you will give me some tips on what would be the best side to build a shelter on, how to best utilize this rock formation. This is on property that I own, so I can actually come here anytime and keep practicing and keep working. So I'm not I'm not really looking for an emergency shelter type of situation. I'm looking for something that I can come back to and I can keep adding on to. But again, somebody with, I'm not going to use power tools. I'll use a saw maybe, but I'd like to do as much as I can just with what's out here. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show you the rocks. Thanks. Okay, here is the approach to it. There's a whole lot of clearing out I have to do. But here's the approach. This is the easiest way to get to it. I'm gonna have to clear a lot of this out. But there's already potentially a ridgeline, but it's at such an angle, and I'm on a pretty steep slope here. This is all rotted. Kind of cool crevice in there. For scale, I'm 6'2", and when I climb up the incline, a lot of moss on it, but just to show you the scale. So I'm standing behind the rock right now, as you can see. If I give you a better angle. The problem is, this is really an incline right here. All right, this is where I was just standing a second ago, showing you the side of the rock and how big it is to scale. Top of the rock, that whole thing looks too rotted to use, I think, but you guys tell me, can I use a rotted one like that for anything? It seems like I should be able to, but I don't really know how. This thing's pretty cool right here. It's stuck on a Y on that branch. The other end is way on the other side of that rock. Potentially I could use this, but this area right here is just so slanty. I'm afraid there's going to be a lot of water coming through there. This, at the first day it hasn't snowed. By the way, I'm in Northeast Ohio. Okay, now I'm standing on pretty flat ground at the top of the rock. There's that first rotted log I was talking about. That's where I was standing just a second ago. See, down there is my my four-wheeler. So when summer sets in, this is completely obscured by leaves. So maybe, since this is the flat portion of it, maybe this is the area. Looks like some trees there for potential wall, maybe. Probably getting way ahead of myself. All these little things probably need to be cleared out. That's what I've been, just a second ago when I came up here, I noticed there's a whole bunch of dry tinder underneath that log. Let me go to the other side now and show you. Okay, this is the flat part that I was just standing on just a second ago, showing you. That is actually super flat right there, but then the hill goes on up. So here I am though on this side of the rock formation. This is a different, man, this thing's huge. I'm sure it's rotted, but I know somebody can tell me how to use this thing. This would be a cool little area too. It's flat. Once I clear all this out of the small stuff, that may be a nice area right there. Because it's really, this is only for me. And that's like super flat. And the water would not go underneath that log. The water would actually come down this direction. So we'll keep that one in mind for sure. Here's where I really like to do it, but I just don't think it's practical because of the slope right here. I mean, this is going down at a pretty hefty angle. But I've got this awesome side of this rock right here. It just seems like there's a whole lot I should be able to do with this, even though that's kind of on a slant. Maybe I could build it up somehow. Okay, now I'm looking up from where I just was, saying that, you know, that's really the place I'd like to do it. But you can even see between those two rocks right up there, whenever it rains, I could tell that's where the water's coming down. So I guess I could move it over there. But I really want to get the benefit of those rocks as much as possible. The top of the rock is super flat and really elevated. I'll go up there in just a second, but I wanted to show you this view. And this is just gorgeous up here. There's a lot of moss all over this rock, and I saw some people using moss before on their videos to kind of fill in spaces on their walls. Is this the kind of moss that would work for something like that? I'd appreciate any advice. And it's just so striking, that green up against the browns like that. I'm on my way back up to the top of the rock, but I wanted to give you just another view kind of perspective. Here's that V you may have seen a few minutes ago. And here's looking down the hill. Okay, so there's our rock on our left. And if I just go, I'm straddling that log right now, that area is pretty flat. But again, it's water I'm worried about. Okay, here's the top of the rock. I can't actually make it up there right now. Maybe you guys can help me with this. This right here is the most lethal thing I know of in the state of Ohio when you're going through the woods. These thorns right there on that thing, I mean, they'll rip your jeans. And yeah, I've come back looking like I've been sliced and diced sometimes. If anybody knows what those are, I'd really appreciate you letting me know. The only useful purpose I can tell is just to hurt me and make me bleed. But anyway, I'll have to clear all this out to actually get to the top, but that right there is the top. And as you can see, it's almost perfectly flat. Maybe that's the place to do it. If not there, then I'm thinking, again, just to that left, because that place is super flat right there. Just a shame. I'd really like to take advantage of that rock formation that's down there a little further. Anybody has any ideas, please let me know. Okay, I'm in that flat area again I was just telling you about on top of the rock. This is looking uphill. There is so much stuff I can use. All kind of freshly fallen trees. I guess I'll be using a saw. I don't have the skill set to try to do this completely primitive here, but I'll get a handsaw. But like right here in front of the tree, this thing is alive. It's got a natural bow to it. I know it looks a little chintzy on top, but that's completely alive. I was checking it out. Oh, I've got this cool thing I can use. And by that I mean throw away. That's going to be a cool Y stick. But anyway, I don't want to bore y'all anymore. Here's just another picture, and that's looking down the hill. And again, I'm at the probably the most level spot other than the top of the rock that there is. Hey, thanks again for watching my video. I don't know how many how many videos there are, video channels of this stuff there are like me, where I'm not trying to teach anybody. I'm trying to learn, and I love being out here by myself. And I'm gonna sit down here in just a second and do another video about that. But I'm sure you don't care about that. So I just wanted to show you the fort area, the shelter area. See what you guys think. If you guys would be kind enough to leave any suggestions, comments, jokes about how I look, anything like that would be awesome. I only have 3 subscribers to my channel, and I'm not doing this for subscribers, but it would be cool to have some. So if you consider subscribing to my channel, maybe giving me a like, I'd appreciate that. And again, keep the tips coming, keep the info flowing. I love it. Bye. Have a great one. Have a great and Happy New Year.